Hey folks, we're back in the greenhouse again. I promised you a bit of an update, so we're going to talk about the quadgrow systems in the tomatoes. And basically, at the moment, really happy with things. As you can see, everything's still looking really happy and healthy and green. And I have some tomatoes now, which is excellent, so you can see them all there. I don't have twice the crop that some people spoke about when I was first researching this. If anything, I would say I've probably got less tomatoes this year than normal, but I can't say that's the quadgrow system because the weather's been pretty poor up in Scotland this year. So in general the garden's not been as productive as normal. It's been quite wet and cold. We've only had the first 2 or 3 days of kind of warm summer weather this week, and today is the 21st of July. So apparently England's been in an absolute heat wave. It's not been summer up here yet, so it could be that rather than to do with a change in the planting system or anything. But as you can see, I've got my very first ripe tomatoes. There's just these 3. All the rest of them are still quite green. But what I have noticed as a positive this year is I always grow big kind of beefsteak tomatoes, heritage tomatoes, but I don't get a lot of them. This year I've noticed both plants have got quite a few quite decent sized tomatoes, and also I don't have any tomatoes that have split. I always have a problem with that every year, where lots of the tomatoes split, obviously because of my watering has not been good enough. Not seen any of that at all, so that's a plus point for the quadgrow system. What else can I tell you? Well, I mentioned how when we first put them in, I was a bit worried because there was lots of kind of green and white mould on the surface. Don't have that anymore, so I think we can say safely that was down to the weather, with it being so damp and cold up here. A bit strange though, I do find all of the pots, the soil in the pots is absolutely bone dry, and it's taken all of my strength to not water from above because that's just against everything I'm used to. But the plants are very happy. They obviously don't need me to water from above, so I'm going to resist and not do that. I am finding the quadgrow systems are lasting 7 or 8 days, and then I have to top them up with water again, which is fine. Like I say, I've no split tomatoes, so it's obviously working well. And I should probably mention this for those of you watching this video because you're thinking of buying one of these and you're kind of researching. There was a bit of a strange moment the first time I topped these up. I had spoke about when I put it together and the kind of capillary matting that's in the pots, that the root balls should grow around to draw the water up from the reservoir underneath, and I assumed that meant all of the roots would stay in the pot. No. There are a lot of tomato plant roots come through the bottom of the pot and are in the reservoir. I did have a bit of a worry about that at first, but I guess it's just like hydroponics, that the plants are happy enough, it's not doing any harm, so I'm not going to worry about it. What else can I tell you? Well, I've got the quadgrow systems. I've got 2 of them here for my tomatoes. I also have a chilli grow system here with my herbs in it, and one at the back there with my chilli plants. All of this is really happy. I've got lots of chilies. As you can see, my herbs are going mad. So can I put this request, please? I cannot keep up with my parsley and my basil. Any recipes you have to use up parsley and basil, please send them to me. I need your recipes, because I'm having to bin so much. It's just crazy, and I love this stuff. I can't help myself. I love touching the basil, the smell. It's just amazing. It's my favourite herb. So yeah, so again, these are 7 litres. And they're doing fine with the chilies and the herbs. Again, topping it up once a week. Everything seems really happy. So lastly, if you watched the video where I was setting it all up and talking about it, one of the things I was hopeful about was that I could set all this up, fill it with water, and then maybe go away on holiday and not come home to a dead greenhouse. So we're going to give that a go. I'm actually going away on holiday tomorrow morning, and I will be away for a week. So I will do another of these update videos in a week's time and let you see how the greenhouse looks when I come back. Fingers crossed it still looks luscious and green, and I'll have ripe tomatoes to try by then. So give me a week and I'll see you then. Back in the greenhouse again. For you it probably just seems like seconds since I was here last, but we came back from our holiday yesterday. We were away 8 days. The weather wasn't fantastic up here, bit kind of sunny, cloudy, but not very warm, although we had fantastic weather where we were. But 8 days away for the first time ever, and I come back to a greenhouse that's not dead. How good is that? I did come back to all of the quad grows were empty, but didn't notice any sort of ill effects for the tomatoes. Everything seemed fine, no problems, so I suspect they had only just emptied. Same with the chilies, didn't notice any problems with the chilies. The herbs, however, were all completely flat when I came back yesterday, and obviously poorly little things desperate for a drink. So filled everything up yesterday, and hopefully everything will pick up again and be happy. So yeah, so big success for that. 8 days away and it worked fine. Obviously, if I'm wanting to go away for any longer, I would probably have to buy the additional kit where you can fill extra water in. It's got a little floating system that can judge how much water it needs. So maybe next year if we decide to go away for a fortnight, that'll be something to think about. But the other happy news is I have ripe tomatoes, look. So what I've got is I've got one poorly little golden sunrise cherry tomato, just the one. There's more there that are not ripe yet. This is my Sweet Millions, which I grow every year because I always get a fantastic stock of these. And we've got the 3 that were ripe before, and there's some more just ripening up there. Next to this one, and on both sides actually, we've got the indigo blue I was talking about. Now these are lovely. Look at this. Get these little blue tinges on it. As you can see, when it ripens it goes red, but still has these little blue tinges. Just something a bit of fun. And lastly, big beefsteak tomatoes at the end I was talking about. These are my Russian beefsteaks, and as you can see, they've ripened up lovely. Nice and ready to eat, so they'll be going on a pizza this afternoon. So there you go, that's us. Quad grow system, success. So does that mean I can now eat these lovely tomatoes? So ripe and lovely and not split, which is fab. You cannot beat tomatoes you've grown yourself. Nothing you can buy in the supermarket comes close. What one?